Hi there, Kelly here. We're at the Fleur de Lis studio with Anthony Tomaselli. I'm going to be handing the mic over to him. All right, Anthony, take it away.
Where are we going? Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Fleur de Lis. I just arrived a few minutes ago. I just took this painting back from my framer. Had to go up to Smithfield. But good news, I was on a lake all day fishing for about 8 hours in a canoe. It's absolutely gorgeous out there. A lot of, in fact, that's where these lily pads, ironically, this is ironic that I mentioned that, because these lily pads came from this particular lake I fish on. And I was out there today fishing. The lily pads are all dead, and the swans have eaten them. And there's tons of them out there in this local lake. Anyway, my studio is set up for an event I'm having tomorrow night. Saturday. It's called 3 Saturdays in September. And what I'm doing is opening my studio, COVID compliant. So if you want to come by between 11 and 4 on Saturday, please come by. My studio will be open. As you can see, there's a lot of work hanging about. Let me talk about these drawings up here. I'll be teaching what we're calling an expressive drawing class here at the Providence Art Club. So I've been kind of trying to get a cadence for how I'm going to teach it. So we have 4 different drawings here of the same photo. And, sepia, new pastel. This is a charcoal and eraser. This was done on white paper, laying a tone like this down. And this was done on charcoal paper with a couple of basic colors. Just getting to know your subject. So drawing as an exploratory medium. My students, who are adults, are so adamant about not doing that, even though I teach and I explain that it will make your paintings better. So everybody out there that's a painter, I'm sure you've heard it, whether it was in college or any kind of local workshop. Michael Glucksman will be here on Saturday. Many of you have met him. And he's a great guy. He's a lawyer in town, and he plays at most of my events. Improvisational jazz, acoustical, and he's always great for conversation as well. So we're in my showroom here, and you could see it's pretty neat and lots of work that most of this is new. Nothing in here is more than 2 years old, I don't think, and most of it was within the last year. Up top there, you see some of my abstractions. Hi, Michael. Some of my abstractions I did last year. I was involved with a gallery in Key West, and they were exhibiting these for me. And the diversity is just what I do. I do a lot of art. Luckily, I do sell a lot of art, so I try to keep myself pretty motivated. And part of the way I do that is moving around within mediums. There are watercolors in the other room. Those paintings up top are acrylic. Most of this down here is oil. You can see the subject changes, and even the way I approach the subject changes. So again, I feel pretty lucky that I can do that and still maintain a platform for sales that helps support both putting some food on my table and also paying for the expense of doing the art. Come on over here, guys. So I'm going to walk down here. You're going to follow me down here. So we have this series over here is brightly lit New York City. Most of it's New York City. I actually did an underpainting and put it online on Facebook, and you all told me to leave it alone. So I did, and I did more of them. I actually have one in the exhibit next door that won an award. So yeah, it was pretty cool. So they're just different palette a lot less real and somewhat real, but somewhat playful. A lot of my New York, do I have any of the others of New York? No, not really. But New York can be a pretty serious endeavor in terms of more realistic color. But these just had some fun with. Those of you that have never been down here to the Fleur-de-Lis, it is one of the oldest studios in America. It was built in 1885 by Sidney Burley. I am the sixth artist to house this. I'm honored. Lucky, honored, blessed, call it what you want. Yeah. So what do you guys want to know? Anybody type in anything?
No, not yet.
Not yet? We got a little wall over here. What I'm doing this weekend is there's a lot of unframed work, reasonably priced. It's not cheap, sorry, but it is reasonably priced. Unframed pieces, some even unfinished. But and here we are back in the studio again where I paint. Let's take a look at some of these watercolors. So here's some unframed watercolors that I've been working with. I've done watercolor years ago, but I really started getting a little more serious 2 years ago, and these are just some of the boat imageries that I do. This is what they look like framed. And there's some New York up there as well. More abstraction up top from a couple of years ago. So we have active, we have non-representational, we have peaceful, we have energy, we have art. What do you think? So pretty soon we'll be able to open up for gallery night. Those of you out there that are waiting for that, gallery night. Providence was one of the first gallery nights in the country. How long was it? 20-something years?
24 this year.
24 years, and it's some people are still with it from day one. I know Steve Pennell is from day one. Is there anyone else down there from day one? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I'm only on year 2.
That's right. A lot of hard work. It's a nonprofit, mostly self-contained. Very, very, very little. There has been some public money. I don't know, but gallery night's a great thing. So those of you out there, once COVID goes away and you can support gallery night, continue to do that. The arts. We call ourselves the creative capital here in Providence. And the arts and the artists here need support from all of you out there. I've been quite fortunate in my endeavor. I've been painting for 50 years. When did that happen? And I say that every now and then. I've been painting for 50 years. Gosh. So, what else you got going on here at gallery night? Where were you heading after me?
To the Rhode Island Photographic.
Oh yeah, David DeMellum, a nice organization down the street here. So I'm located on Thomas Street, and Thomas Street used to be called Angels Lane, because when Roger Williams settled here, let me go shut that off. Excuse me 1 sec. So when Roger Williams settled, his associate he wasn't called, his name was Thomas Angel. Okay, so what street are we on?
Thomas Street.
And what street is that up there?
Not sure.
Angel. The big Angel Street, Thomas Angel. Mm-hmm. It was named after him. So he was a key associate of Roger Williams when Roger Williams came here. And that church was built, not by him, but that was his church, one of the first Baptist churches.
I believe it's 300 this year.
Come again?
I think it's 300 this year.
300 years old?
Yeah.
And they do tours of that church as well. The Providence Art Club owns the Fleur-de-Lis. We have 4 buildings, and we are the second oldest art club in America. The Salmagundi in New York City is the first. So another tidbit about Roger Williams is that church was founded under the stature of the separation of church and state. And some of you out there may not like that, but that's one of the basic tenets of Roger Williams. And he actually left Rhode Island unhappy as well. He was quite a cantankerous individual, as I'm getting to know him more and more, being out on this street. A lot of history here. So when you come down for gallery night, spend some time, come a little bit early, have dinner down here, take a walk in our beautiful city. It's wonderful. And one thing that's not part of gallery night is water fire. Tremendous. Oh, well, it's not part of gallery night.
No, but the art gallery, they now have joined us.
Oh yeah, that's right. It is. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. But when they first started, Barnaby Evans, way back in the day when they separated the rivers, they split the rivers. It was the widest canal in America, Providence. That whole covering of all those the 2 rivers that converge. And Barnaby Evans, when they did the public money, they had 1% for the arts, and he won the grant. And the Braziers. So water, fire is the whole idea of life. They're the 2 of the essences of life. And when it first started, numbers of years ago, when we would come here, it was pretty quiet. It was absolutely stunningly. It was like a religious experience, actually, with the smell and the chanting music. And certainly it's expanded, and there's 15 to 20,000 people come down here for water fire. So it's a great place. So all of you out there, continue to support Gallery Night, the artist here in Providence, and when you come by, say hi.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anthony. All right, back to you, Alyssa.